So they chose, in their eyes, the next best thing. His son. What's up, everybody? It's your girl B Octavia, and I am back with another video. Welcome to my channel. If you are newly subscribed, thank you for showing your support. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. You know what I'm saying? So, we back at it in a new week. If you ain't grateful for nothing, you should be grateful that you woke up this morning, you had a full day, we here, and we finna talk about something. I am from Washington, D.C., and I am also an entrepreneur. This week is very important to me. Be the Brand pre-orders start this week. So make sure that you go on the website, you see what it is that you want, you lock it in. You lock in me making your product, and it'll get shipped to you before the actual launch. I have a whole video explaining that. I think I dropped it yesterday. So moving on and jumping right into the video. Today we're gonna break down some Chicago news. 2 Chicago gang members sentenced for the execution of a 9-year-old boy. This murder occurred in 2015, and these men were found guilty of first-degree murder in October of 2019. So justice takes a while, you know what I'm saying? Justice takes a while. At the time of their sentencing and things like that, one of the gang members were 25 years old, while the other one was 31 years old. 25-year-old DeWright and 31-year-old Corey, both from Chicago, were found guilty for the slaying of Tyshawn Lee. Tyshawn happened to be a young son of a rival gang member. In court, the attorneys of the defendants in both juries had an angle of talking about their childhoods, loved ones passing away, good characteristics of these defendants like a protective brother, turning to the streets after his grandmother's passing, but she passed away from old age. And like that's a good reason to lose yourself. You should have did the opposite and stayed on the right track, because that's what your grandmother would have wanted. But moving on. As the gunman, DeWright Boone, got 90 years for his involvement in this slaying, Corey Morgan received 65 years behind bars. These men plotted for close to 3 weeks to first retaliate against the father, but they could not catch the father. They could not catch him lacking, you know what I'm saying? They couldn't get him. So they chose, in their eyes, the next best thing. His son. Corey and DeWright were seeking revenge for Tyshawn's father allegedly being responsible for killing Corey Morgan's brother and wounding his mother a few weeks earlier. They studied this young boy's pattern. They followed him after he left school. After he left school on the city's south side, DeWright Boone struck up a conversation with Tyshawn. Tyshawn was sitting on a swing when DeWright convinced this young boy to go into the alley as a shortcut to the store. He was promising Tyshawn to buy him a snack. Tyshawn went into the alley where, at point blank range, DeWright Boone shot the 9-year-old numerous times, leaving him to die in the alley. And all while Corey Morgan, even though this was his situation, Corey Morgan was sitting in the car as the getaway driver. This 9-year-old boy was hit in his head, in his hand numerous times as he tried to block the shots, and he was grazed on his back. All shots, like I said, at close range. Tyshawn tried his best to block the shots, but meeting with evil, it takes experience to escape. It takes a certain mental capacity to escape death. For a 9-year-old who wasn't in the street life, he sure did get sucked in real quick, and he felt and got the heat of what his father did or did not do. It's always a tragedy when people throw kids into a situation where it's no right or wrong move that they could make because of somebody else, like their parent. I think that whatever father, Tyshawn's father, was into, he should have handled it before it got to his family. I think that karma works in a certain way for you to understand that you, as a gang member, should have your family already out the way if you are allegedly a part of killing somebody else's family member. How do you think that's going to go? And if you run from the heat, who do you think it's going to touch? Like, you going to have some big bank to put your kids in private school in a whole nother city. You got to really think about it and be smart, because this 9-year-old boy didn't do nothing to nobody, and he probably didn't know the extent of what his father was doing, because he a normal child. In a situation like this, where you have kids but you out doing foul things, I don't get how you don't see this coming. You don't see your own demise coming. You don't see possibly your kids' demise coming, but you're continuously causing mayhem to people that know where you stay, to people that know what your kids look like, to people like, it's too much. It's too much. And I hope that wherever the father is, if he's, still alive and things like that, I hope that he feels the weight of what he did. I don't know if he done wounded Corey's mother. I don't know if he done shot and killed Corey's brother either. But you are responsible for the death of your son. Not that you helped plan it, not that you pulled the trigger yourself, but you are responsible because they was looking for you. They was looking for you. And I don't know what type of father he was either, but a lot of times dudes like that be in and out, in and out. Lord knows what type of relationship, a good type of relationship he could have had with his son. It's just a shame. It's a shame. The many times that he was out gangbanging, he could have been throwing the ball to his son. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's stuff like that, and it's times like that that you can't get back. And as a parent, that's something that you should know. You should have valued your child's life a lot more to protect it. You got to think of every and any scenario where your child can be in harm's way. And if you put them there, God damn it, I don't even know how anybody could live with themselves. If you simultaneously or subconsciously put your child in harm's way, how do you live with yourself? How? I don't know. I hope it's eating them up, because it's your choices as a gang member. It's your choices as a man. It was your choices as a parent not to have that in your mind. Shame on these men, Corey and DeWright. Shame on them for even having a thought process to do that. Like, I would never think I have an enemy. Well, I can't catch this enemy. I'm not trying hard enough, or whatever the case is. So the next best thing is for me to get my enemy's child. That's sick. It's really sick. Especially because it ain't like he had his son out there with him. You know what I'm saying? He had his son pulling the trigger. Like, it's no rationalization that can even make me want to or plot to harm a child. That child ain't got nothing to do with what his father did, but within the same breath, it gets like that, especially in a place like Chicago. I mean, that is really some demonic things to sacrifice a child for what their father has done. It speaks loudly that they were 25 and 31. Let me see. If that was 2015, that's 4 years. So like 21 and fucking 26 or something like that at the time of the murder. Y'all grown ass men. Y'all are grown ass men. It's no reason why y'all should even think like that. That's a very, like I said, devilish and demonic thing to be a part of. It's no redemption that you can't come back from that, is what I'm saying. Like, that shit is just wild to me. Children are the future. Everybody should feel that way. You, especially if you have kids, you should definitely feel that way and protect their lives. Protect it. It's valuable. They're innocent. Never touch a kid. Never harm a kid. Never even think of raising a gun to a child. Like, oh, that makes me so mad to even think about. This poor child probably didn't even know this was happening. And the last thing that I want to say to end this off is, you got to teach your children certain things about the streets. And it falls on both parents while he was walking alone. You know, if it was a certain distance, he should always be picked up and brought to school, just for that reason alone. And on top of that, it's Chicago. So you gotta drop him off and pick him up, okay? Shouldn't nobody be able to pick up this young boy's pattern? And you gotta teach your kids about stranger danger. Like, if you want a snack, go home and get a snack. Make sure that the kid got food in the house and snacks in the cupboard and shit like that. So that if somebody come up and be like, oh, I want to buy you a snack, he be like, nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And go about your fucking way. Stranger danger, you know? You got to teach your kids that, because it speaks loudly in this situation that he was, you know, in a vulnerable spot and position. They probably would have tried to drag him in the alley if he didn't go. But my thing is, don't be naive and believe somebody. Believe that they're gonna buy you something or whatever, what have you, and take you in a spot where there's nobody at, and do exactly what these grown-ass men did. So, you know, they got a whole rack of years, and I hope it's no parole on that and stuff like that, because child killers do not, I repeat, child killers, and you not a child yourself, so it's no, like, you know what I'm saying? It's no excuse. Grown-ass men, they should have to do all of those years. The 65 and the 90 years. Do it all. Do it all, because you took a whole bunch of years from that young 9-year-old boy's life. I like that 90. That's a good number. You know, it should have been 91 because he was 9, and that's, you know what I'm saying? But, hey, 90 years, 65 years, okay. I'm good with that. I'm pretty good with that. And Lord knows how they shit gonna be up in the pen, because child killers shouldn't get no love at all. You can't brag about that. That's like killing your mother. You can't brag about being a killer. You killed your mother. You can't brag about being a killer. You killed a defenseless 9-year-old. Not a 9-year-old that had a gun to you. Not a 9-year-old that was out gangbanging too. You killed an innocent 9-year-old. So, with all of that being said, it's your girl B Octavia. Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and I will see y'all in my next video. Don't forget, do not forget to subscribe. Do not forget to check out Be The Brand. Do not forget to follow me on Instagram. Follow my business Instagram. Things like that. And I will see y'all in my next video.